Hey, I'm Destiny. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. And on this channel, we talk about topics such as business, entrepreneurship, and side hustles. So if those topics interest you, make sure you go ahead and subscribe to my channel. And as you know, I am a hair business guru. So a lot of my content is about my hair business, different experiences that I had. And today is no different. So today I'm going to be talking about my drop shipping hair business. We're going to go over the pros, cons, and also what exactly is drop shipping. If you don't know, I used to have a hair salon slash hair extension boutique called Destiny Hair Collection that I started in 2016. So during that time, I ran the salon for 3 years, and then after that I went strictly to online and did a rebrand and switched everything over to Her Destination Hair, which is your destination for vacation hair. With Her Destination Hair, I switched over from my typical hair business model to drop ship. So what will happen with drop shipping is that a customer will make a purchase online on your website, and then the vendor will fulfill the purchase from there. So you have no inventory on hand. Typically what that looks like is once the customer purchases their order, depending on how your vendor works, and my vendor has access to my Shopify store, so I'll let them know, hey, a new order has been placed. They'll go in, fulfill the order, and ship it directly to the customer. And of course, with that method, you can probably already tell there's going to be pros and cons. We're going to start with the pros first. The number one pro when it comes to drop shipping is that it frees up your time. So you don't have to worry about packaging any customer's orders. So if you go on vacation, so if you're like me, you like to go on vacation, you don't have to worry about getting behind and being stuck with those orders and people contacting you to make sure their orders are shipping out on time. All you have to do, as soon as that order comes through, then you send it to your vendor. Let them know, hey, it's the order on the website. Make sure y'all fulfill it. And then the vendor will send you a tracking number, and then you'll send that to the customer. That's it. It sounds very simple, right? Another pro is that if you're an influencer, like if you're an influencer like me and you have people constantly asking you, hey, where'd you get your hair from? All you have to do is send them over to the website. So you're putting your link in for your website. They can just order hair. Like if you have a YouTube channel that gets a lot of high volume of people asking about hair, you're tagging your company on your Facebook and Instagram page. That's another pro for it, because people can just hop on there anytime, any day. Hop on there, make the order, and then it's going to get shipped out by the vendor. Super easy, right? Another pro is that you do not have to worry about inventory. So when it comes to drop shipping, whatever your vendor offers, you can have that on the website. Especially right now with the hair industry, you can have tape-ins if they offer it. You can have wigs. A lot of vendors will make custom wigs for you. So if your vendor offers that service to where you can pick, sometimes people do small, medium, large, depending on the head sizes, and they'll make it very clear in their descriptions what exactly they're getting, which will allow their customer to choose if they want a frontal added, if they want a closure added. They can do HD lace, they can have a 4x4 closure, even a 5x5 closure, however your vendor does. Because my vendor is one of those vendors that they do custom wig orders. If you want to have full lace wigs on your website, they pretty much offer everything. Even if you want to do custom bonnets, like they offer everything. When it comes to drop shipping, you don't have to worry about any inventory, because a lot of times when it comes to our startup costs, one of the number one things we spend money on, especially with hair, is inventory, and hair is very expensive. And then you don't have to worry about having a bunch of hair on hand, trying to figure out what textures are selling, what lengths are selling. You already know that no matter what your customer orders online, that vendor is going to have it in stock. And you also want to stay in direct communication with your vendor, just in case you need to update your website to know, like, okay, hey, I noticed that this was out of stock. Or they need to be WhatsApping you. 9 times out of 10, they're going to WhatsApp you, let you know, hey, this is in stock, this is out of stock, we're going on vacation here. So you need to make sure that you know this information for when you're updating your website, letting people know, hey, it's going to be a delay. So this is just things that you can just write on your website as a quick note Let people know, hey, shipping time is going to increase to this, processing time is going to increase to this. So that way your customers are fully aware of what's going on. And then just on your end, you'll just write out different emails, let them know like, hey, basically you haven't forgot about them. As you stated before, processing times are going to be this, shipping times are going to be that. So it's taking all that financial responsibility out of your hand because you don't have to worry about having it on hand. Now, another pro that comes with drop shipping is that you get to focus on your marketing and your sales. So instead of worrying about what textures you're gonna have, what lengths you're gonna get, you're focusing on your branding, marketing, and sales. So you're picking out, hey, I want my brand to be known for this. So starting off, all you have to do is get your hair for your models. And of course, you want to try out the hair. So that's a key thing. You want to make sure you try out the hair from the vendor to make sure that this vendor meets your standards. So you're going to try out the hair and then purchase hair for your model so you can start worried about your logo, if your website pictures, so then you can get the photo shoots to have your models. And then from there, you're just going to be focused on your marketing and your sales. So that's staying up to date with your Instagram content, your TikTok content. And also you want to make sure you have a couple bundles or a couple wigs on hand for yourself so you can produce that content. You can show behind the scenes if you want to get a couple bundles to reproduce the packaging, so you can show what they can expect when the hair arrives. If you have different hairstylists that you work with that can install the hair, show how the hair behaves, show how it looks when you wash it, best products to use, you can do that as well. So you want to make sure that when it comes to a drop shipping company, you need to make sure that your marketing and branding is on point, because you're gonna slack in certain areas. Now I'm gonna go over to the cons. The number one con is that your branding, as far as your packaging, it's not going to be super fancy like some of the other Instagram hair pages. And what I mean by this is that the vendor can only do so much. Most of the time with the packaging, what they can do is they can put a bundle wrap, a hang tag, and put it in a satin bag. And then from there, it's going to go in a FedEx bag. That is about as much as I see when it comes to the branding. You have some vendors who will put it in a box for you. Like you can get custom boxes made. But anything else, like as far as like how exactly you want it shipped out in the box, it's going to go in that FedEx bag. And it's going to be it's going to have a label that's coming from China. So it's going to have the Chinese writing. Sometimes here and there, it might have your company's name on it, but most of the time, it's not going to have your company's name on it. So when your customer receives the package, sometimes they might be a little confused, but as soon as they open it up, they're going to see your hair. They're going to see your hair, your branding materials. But just from the outside looking in with that original FedEx or DHL packaging, they're not going to know it's from your company. So that's the number one con. The second con is you're not able to inspect every package. You need to have a great relationship with your vendor. You can have them send you pictures, send videos before the package goes out. You're not going to be able to actually see if the hair meets your standards before it goes out to the customer. With your dropshipping company, you need to make sure that your return policy is airtight. I'm not going to tell you what to put in it, or if you're going to offer exchanges, refunds, that is pretty much up to you. But when it comes to drop shipping, since you weren't able to inspect it, you need to have a little leniency on your customers and listen to their complaints. Have them send you as much pictures and videos as possible so you can fix any mistakes that the vendor may have had on your end. Another con that comes with drop shipping is that shipping times may or may not be a little longer. So typically, depends on how you normally do it, is that if you already have the hair on hand and the customer needs it the next day, you can go ahead, go to the post office, ship that off the next day. There is drop shippers that work from the United States, but most drop shippers will be in China. You can't offer next day shipping, 2-day shipping, because it has to come from China. You need to at least offer 3 to 5 days. To be safe, I tell all my customers 5 to 7 days, because you never know when there's going to be a delay from China to the US. And then the last con I want to discuss is that your profit margin. So when it comes to drop shipping, sometimes your profit margin might be a little smaller, and that's okay. And the reason I'm saying it's okay, because you're taking yourself out of the equation and you're not doing as much work. So you're not doing all the packaging, you're not doing all the shipping. All you have to do is contact your vendor. Hey, this needs to go out. This is what's going to be in this package. So yes, your profit margin can be a little smaller versus if you were doing all the work. And another thing I'm going to say about drop shipping is that when it comes to setting your prices, since you're not able to inspect it, you're not able to put custom branding, that already puts you at a disadvantage. And one of the advantages that you could use is, since it's drop shipping, you could have better prices than some of your competitors that offer the same hair quality. So that's another thing that you might want to look into. So I hope this video was helpful. If you're thinking about drop shipping, or if you have any questions about drop shipping, you can add them in the comment section below, because so far I've been doing drop shipping for, let me see, I relaunched in April, so it's been almost 8 months now, and I really love it. Like, I've been able to travel, not have to worry about packaging orders, getting my hair out on time, and so far I have had no complaints. But I am drop shipping from the same vendor that I used when I was just regularly shipping hair. So that's another key thing. And another thing that I want to say when it comes to drop shipping that I'm using, I'm not making custom wigs. So I'm only doing the bundles right now because it's a lot easier for me until I can start testing out more products. Because when it comes to my hair business, I need to make sure I test out the product and I actually love the product before I put it on my website. So even though my vendor has, I don't know, it could be hundreds of products, I only select the ones and put them on my website that I have personally tried and used. And I highly recommend you do the same for your business. Thank you so much for watching this video today. I hope you found it extremely helpful. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, drop that in the comment section. And if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. And don't forget to follow me on all my social media channels. That's I Am Destiny Adams. That's my only page, by the way. So I Am Destiny Adams, no underscores, no numbers. And that's on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, Pinterest, pretty much everything. I do also have a free Facebook group that you can advertise your products or see other products that other people who support my channel are advertising, so you can go ahead and support. And that page name is The Side Business Hustle. And yeah, and go ahead and stay tuned for the next video. I am gonna try and be more consistent throughout the year. So yeah, go ahead and stay tuned. Peace.